Ladies and gentlemen, we've all been there. That point when everything feels too hard, the weight too heavy, and the path forward seems almost impossible. When you want to give up, when you feel overwhelmed. It's easy to convince yourself that walking away might be the only solution. But before you do, I want you to consider a few things. First, think about why you started. What was it that sparked that initial passion, that vision that you once believed in so strongly? Was it a dream, a goal, a desire for change? Often, in the middle of challenges, we forget our purpose. But remembering why we began can reignite that fire and push us through. Second, remember that struggles are part of the journey. No one who has ever achieved anything remarkable did so without facing moments of doubt or adversity. The greatest leaders, athletes, and creators all had times when they wanted to quit. What separates them from the rest isn't that they avoided these feelings, but that they pushed through them. Third, take a break, not a breakup. Sometimes, stepping back and giving yourself time to breathe is what you need to find clarity, rest, and recharge. But don't mistake that for failure. In that pause, you may find the strength to continue. And finally, believe in your ability to overcome. Resilience isn't something you're born with, it's built. Every time you rise after falling, every moment you decide to try again, you are strengthening your capacity to succeed. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but what if it's not worth it? What if I've been trying for so long and it still isn't working? It's natural to question whether all the effort is justified, but here's an important truth. You'll never know what's on the other side unless you keep going. Sometimes, the growth we experience through the struggle is more valuable than the destination itself. It's in these difficult moments that we learn the most about ourselves, our strengths, our resilience, our capacity to persevere. If you quit now, you're not just giving up on the goal. You're giving up on discovering the version of yourself that can rise above adversity. Think of the people you admire, the stories that inspire you. Most of them didn't find success easily. They hit roadblocks, faced rejection, and struggled with self-doubt. But what makes their stories worth telling is that they didn't let those setbacks define them. Instead, they used those challenges as stepping stones to their ultimate achievements. When you feel like quitting, ask yourself, what story do I want to tell? Do you want to look back and say you gave up because it was tough? Or do you want to be the one who kept pushing even when every fiber of your being wanted to stop? I'm not saying it's going to be easy. In fact, it might get harder before it gets better. But that's where the magic happens. On the other side of hardship is growth, learning, and often a breakthrough that wouldn't have been possible if you had stopped. So when you want to give up, dig deep. Remind yourself of the countless others who were once where you are, on the verge of quitting, yet decided to take one more step. And in that step, they found the strength they didn't know they had. But what if the path you're on feels like it's leading nowhere? What if every effort you've made hasn't yet shown results? In moments like these, it's important to reassess, not to give up. Sometimes, persistence doesn't mean stubbornly following the same route. It means adapting, learning, and finding new ways to approach your goal. Failure isn't a dead end, it's a detour. It's an opportunity to reevaluate your strategy, to grow from your mistakes, and to come back stronger and smarter. Many of the world's most successful people face failure after failure before they found success. Thomas Edison, when asked about the countless times he failed before inventing the light bulb, said, "I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work." It's this mindset that turns setbacks into stepping stones. Every failure brings you one step closer to the solution, as long as you keep moving forward. Now, it's also important to recognize that persistence doesn't mean ignoring your limits. You are human after all. There will be days when exhaustion, frustration, or doubt creep in. That's normal. In these moments, give yourself permission to rest, but don't mistake that for giving up. Taking time to care for yourself isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. Your mind and body need moments of peace to recharge, so that you can come back with renewed energy and focus. The road to success, fulfillment, or even just overcoming a personal challenge is rarely straight or easy. There will be twists, turns, and obstacles along the way. But it's in navigating those challenges that you build the strength and resilience necessary to succeed. And here's something crucial to remember. You are not alone. You are not the first to feel like giving up, and you won't be the last. Reach out for support when you need it, whether it's friends, family, or a mentor. Sometimes another person's perspective can help you see what you can in your moments of doubt. Sometimes, just knowing that someone believes in you can be enough to reignite your own belief in yourself. In closing, when you feel like giving up, remember this. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel frustrated, but don't let those feelings dictate your outcome. You started this journey for a reason, and deep down, you know that giving up won't bring you the fulfillment you seek. Keep moving forward, even when it's hard, even when the progress seems small, because every step is a step closer to the life, the goals, and the person you're striving to become. As we come to the close of this reflection, let me leave you with this thought. The journey you're on is uniquely yours. It may be long, it may be full of unexpected turns, and sometimes it might feel like you're moving through it alone. But each moment you face, each challenge you overcome, is shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Giving up might seem tempting in those moments of frustration and fatigue, but let's remember that quitting guarantees only one thing: that the goal you've been striving for will remain out of reach. But by choosing to persevere, even when it feels impossible, you open yourself to the possibility of success, growth, and breakthroughs that you can't yet see. The truth is, every significant accomplishment, whether in business, in personal life, or in creative pursuits, often comes after we've pushed through our darkest moments. It's in those moments of uncertainty that we discover the depth of our character and the strength of our will. So when you want to give up, ask yourself this: what is waiting for me on the other side? What if the reward for all my effort is just one more push away? What if the future version of me, the one who refused to quit, will look back on this moment and be grateful that I kept going? Every time you refuse to give in to doubt, every time you push past the desire to quit, you're not just chasing a goal. You're becoming someone who embodies resilience, strength, and the power to rise above. And that's something no setback, no obstacle, can ever take away from you. So, in your moments of doubt, in the times when giving up seems like the only option, remember this: you are stronger than you think. Your potential is greater than the challenges you face. And every step forward, no matter how difficult, is a step closer to where you're meant to be. As you step forward from this moment, think about the impact your persistence will have, not only on you, but on those around you. You may not realize it now, but by choosing not to give up, you become a source of inspiration for others. Whether it's your family, friends, colleagues, or even someone quietly observing your journey from the sidelines, your resilience sets an example that challenges are not the end of the story. We all have people in our lives who we look up to because they refuse to quit when things got tough. Think about how their perseverance inspired you, and realize that you have the power to do the same for someone else. Your decision to keep going may be the spark that ignites courage in others. And here's one more important point. Sometimes the progress you're making isn't visible. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results. But growth often happens beneath the surface, like a seed planted in the ground. It may take time before the first sprout emerges. Yet, during that unseen time, critical roots are growing deeper, preparing for a strong future. You are in the process of planting those roots right now. Trust that the results will come, even if they aren't visible yet. In the end, life isn't just about reaching the destination. It's about who you become in the process. Every time you face an obstacle and choose to keep going, you are building a version of yourself that's stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling whatever comes next. So as we close, I want to leave you with this thought. Success isn't defined by how quickly you reach your goals, but by how many times you decide to stand back up when you fall. It's not the speed of your journey, but the depth of your commitment that will ultimately lead you to where you want to go. As you move forward, remember that setbacks are a natural part of any journey. They are not a reflection of your potential or your worth. In fact, setbacks often serve as the most valuable lessons, helping you refine your approach and ultimately leading to a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. The only true failure is when you decide to stop trying. Everything else is just a step in the learning process. It's important to acknowledge and celebrate the small victories along the way. Too often, we focus only on the end goal, and when we don't reach it right away, we feel discouraged. But progress is progress, no matter how small. Each step forward is a testament to your persistence, and each moment you refuse to give up is a victory in itself. In those moments of doubt, when you're on the brink of quitting, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. Remind yourself of the obstacles you've already overcome and the strength you've built along the way. You've made it through challenges before, and you will make it through this one as well. One thing I want to leave you with is the idea that your journey is unique. Don't compare your path to anyone else's. Each of us faces different challenges, learns at different paces, and reaches milestones in our own time. What matters most is that you keep going at your own speed, in your own way. Trust that your path, with all its twists and turns, is leading you to where you need to be. In the end, the most rewarding successes are often those that come after we've fought the hardest battles. When you look back on this moment, you will realize that it wasn't the difficulties that defined you. It was your decision to persevere in spite of them. So, I encourage you, don't give up. Take the next step, no matter how small it may seem. Believe in your ability to overcome whatever obstacles lie ahead, because you are capable of more than you know. Your future self will thank you for not quitting today. Thank you